In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen. I'll show you exactly how I'm trading this pair as we head into tomorrow's BOJ events, and I'll also give you an update on the JPY index so you can trade any yen pair with confidence. Okay, so looking here at the Canadian dollar versus the yen, this is the daily time frame, and what I'm watching right now in this pair very closely as we head into the Bank of Japan rate decision and statement here over the next 24 hours is going to be the fact that the market right now is trading at the top of this year-long range. So you can see right around 110.30. All right, this has been the range for this pair ever since back here in late 2022. Now we have the market testing this level here recently and also finding support right now at these recent highs right around 109.26. So the key thing here for this pair, and anytime you're trading a range like this, is it's very risky, okay, to just short up here at these highs because you don't know if this is going to hold. You don't know if 110.30 is going to hold as resistance or if the market is just going to do this and continue higher. So the key thing here for a market like this, and anytime you're trading a range like this, is you want to have a trigger for a short. Okay, and so my trigger for a short here is going to be the trend line down here off of some of these recent lows. Okay, now we also have a short-term trend line off of these highs through here. You can see several touches through here, and the market recently broke above this. Now, we know that 110.30 is going to be resistance. We also know that 109.26, this is going to be support. All of these highs back through here, you can see the market is testing that so far today. So what I'm looking for here from the CAD yen is going to be a close below this area down here, right around 108.50 or so. Okay, now you could technically draw this level from the closing price back here off of the low. You can see that if we do that from the closing price, you've got this low down here and these two lows right here during the uptrend. But regardless how you draw it, really, this right here, this area is going to be my trigger for a short from the CAD yen, because I know that if we get a close below here, okay, a sustained break below this, then this up here becomes my fake out, and a fake out like this to one side of a pattern is likely to trigger a move lower down here toward these lows around 105. And that would be a significant move lower for this pair. So that's what I'm watching. The risk reward there would be great if we do get that sustained break below this area here, right? This would be my trigger for that push down there towards some of these lows. Now, if we don't get this right here, okay, if we don't get this, then I don't want to short this market because again, we know that the market is sitting at support right now, and we also don't know if 110.30 is going to hold. Now, let's take a look here at the JPY index because this is going to give us confidence as we trade this market. And this is another reason why I'm looking for shorts right now on these yen pairs. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying this content, be sure to smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications. And don't forget to sign up to our free Telegram group. I'll put a link up here in the top of this video and also in the description. So you're going to get some more trade setups in that group throughout the week. Okay, so looking here at the JPY index, this index is very much like the DXY is to the dollar. So this shows yen strength or weakness relative to not only the dollar yen, but things like the euro yen, the pound, the Canadian dollar, etc. So this is a great way to gauge where the yen is relative to those currencies. Now, one thing that we can see here from the JPY index is that these lows down here, okay, right around 68.20 all the way up to about 68.40 or so, these lows previously served as support here for this market. So you can see that going all the way back here to June and July, this was key support, right? And again, through this area. Now, we did have a close below it, 2 closes below it recently. However, today's action so far is signaling that this down here could be a fake out. And you guys may know that a fake out like this, also called a deviation, is one of my favorite ways to trade a market. This is kind of my go-to setup because the win rate, okay, the success rate from something like this is incredibly high. All right, so what I'm looking for here is a daily close above this area down here, right around 68.24. All right, these lows back through here, and preferably to really give me a convincing close, I would like to see the market also close above these recent lows back here. All right, so you can see the closing price back here, and we've got several lows right here around 68.43. So really, this region right here, this is what the JPY index needs to reclaim today. It has to close above that mark in order to make this down here a fake out and send this market higher up here toward the 69.60 area. All right, so that would be our next big test here for yen bulls. And remember too that we do have the Bank of Japan coming up, a rate decision and statement here over the next 24 hours. So expect a lot of volatility for the yen. And that really brings me to my next point. Okay, we need a close above this mark here, which there are still several hours left in the day. So this could go either way. We could get the close up here, or the market could close back down here below this level. If it does, this area remains intact as resistance. And furthermore, with the BOJ coming up, it's going to be very risky to take on any yen exposure. Okay, so we need to wait for this market to close above here, confirm this is the fake out, and we also need to avoid that upcoming volatility from that BOJ rate decision. Okay, so keep that in mind. A lot of volatility coming up here for the yen, and we're also heading into the weekend. Okay, so some things to consider here, but if this market does close above this area down here, then I like the idea of not only looking for shorts on something like the Canadian dollar versus the yen, all right, so something like this that we talked about, so a sustained break below here, but the same thing for other yen pairs, right? So we know that a confirmed fake out from the JPY index means that we can start looking for shorts on things like the euro yen, the pound yen, etc. But be careful not to take on too much yen exposure, because if you start shorting things like the CAD yen, the euro yen, the pound yen, then you're taking on way more exposure than you need to. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope it helped. If you want to know when I'm going to pull the trigger on a pair like this, be sure to join the VIP group. I will put a link in the description here in this video. And this is the last week and a half or so of the current price for lifetime access. So once again, guys, I hope the video helped. If it did, be sure to smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon. Trade well this week, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.